Welcome to the Fifth Beast Production channel. I am not a financial advisor and please do your own due diligence when investing. The COVID-19 pandemic is creating many problems in the healthcare industry, from hospitals struggling to treat patients with the disease. But it's also highlighting just how important and essential healthcare companies and drug manufacturers are right now. And one of the biggest names in the industry is Pfizer. Pfizer's business is undergoing many changes, and it could look very different a year from now. The company is also working on a potential vaccine for COVID-19. There are many moving parts that make it complex to assess where the company is today, where it's headed, and whether the stock is a good buy. Let's take a closer look at Pfizer and evaluate whether its stock is worth investing in. Pfizer's coming off a tough quarter, but it's expecting things to get better. In its second quarter results, released July 28, the New York-based company reported $11.8 billion in revenue, a 9% decline from the prior year. The biopharma segment still did well, with sales rising by 4%. Despite the drop in revenue, the company still posted a profit of $3.4 billion during the quarter. That's down 32% from a year ago when Pfizer's net income was over $5 billion. However, management is optimistic that the second half of the year will be better, as COVID-19 restrictions are less severe now than they were a few months ago. Management is anticipating that more patients will be visiting their doctors and that more elective surgical procedures will take place as the year goes on. And that's why management slightly upgraded its forecast for the year to between $48.6 billion and $50.6 billion. Previously, Pfizer was expecting its top line to be in the slightly lower range of $48.5 billion and $50.5 billion. Positive vaccine results could make the stock a hot buy. There's lots of excitement surrounding a possible COVID-19 vaccine, and that is the one wild card that could potentially make Pfizer a great buy despite question marks about its future growth. The company's working on a vaccine with BioNTech. On July 27, it announced the beginning of a phase 2 trial that will include as many as 30,000 people. If the trial proves to be successful, the companies will look to obtain an emergency use authorization for the vaccine from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration as early as October, and they could have 100 million doses available before the end of the year. A successful COVID-19 vaccine could generate significant sales growth for Pfizer for an indefinite amount of time. That's because there's uncertainty about how long a vaccine may be effective in preventing people from contracting COVID-19. It's possible that annual vaccinations may be necessary to keep people safe. That could result in lots of recurring income for Pfizer. COVID-19 remains a problem in many countries around the world, and there would be plenty of demand for a vaccine. In my opinion, Pfizer stock is still worth buying despite the uncertainty. It's never easy investing in a company with many unknowns, or one that's in the midst of a transition. It's likely part of the reason shares of Pfizer aren't doing so well this year. But for foolish investors, this creates an opportunity to buy this temporarily underperforming stock while its price remains low, as there's plenty of potential for it to take off in the near future. If the company's vaccine proves to be successful, and Pfizer obtains the green light to start ramping up production, the stock could get a definite boost. At worst, it makes for a good dividend stock to hold in your portfolio. The current quarterly dividend of $0.38 yields 4% annually. And the new Pfizer will be more focused on innovation, which could mean stronger sales growth in the future. Pfizer is a big-name health company that won't be too risky for investors over the long term. If its new business model proves successful after the transition is complete, or if it's able to produce a successful vaccine with BioNTech, the payoff for investors in the years to come could be significant. That's why buying shares of Pfizer today is a calculated risk that's well worth taking, but please do your own due diligence and research, as I am by no means a financial advisor. But I will be investing and keeping an eye out for this stock. Thanks for watching, and I would appreciate a subscribe as it truly helps the channel, especially with all the editing and animation takes a lot of time to create.